Dear brothers and sisters in Islam and humanity, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the show, Ramadan, a date with Dr. Zakir. I'm your host, Yusuf Chambers, and today we are discussing the topic, Qiyaam Layl, the night's prayer. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
The next question relates really to the length of time, the length that one should make the night prayer. Is there any indications from the Quran and Sunnah relating to the length?
There are various hadith talking about it, and the length can vary, but the Sunnah of the Prophet was that he used to pray usually for long hours. And the hadith in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 2, in the book of Tahajjud, hadith number 1135, that Sahaba says that I joined the Prophet one night while he was offering the Qiyaam Layl. And it was so long that an evil thought came to me. So when he was asked, what was the evil thought? He felt like sitting down and keeping the Prophet standing. That means it was so long. There's another hadith in Sahih Muslim, point number 1, in the book of Salah, hadith number 1697, where it says that once a Sahaba, he prays the Qiyaam Layl along with Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet started reciting Surah Baqarah. And the Sahaba says that when we finished about 100 verses, he thought the Prophet would bow down, but the Prophet continued. And later on he thought that after some verses he would bow down, but he continued. Then he thought that, okay, maybe after Surah Baqarah ends, the Prophet would bow down. But after Surah Baqarah ends, he continues reciting. He recites Surah Nisa. And that again is 176 verses. And after that ends, he recites Surah Al-Imran. And he continues leisurely. That means Prophet used to pray for hours. Imagine, Surah Baqarah, Surah Nisa, Surah Al-Imran. It is about, all put together, at least 5 juz. Imagine, only in that one rak'ah. So this was the length at many a time. But there's no fixed length. A person can vary as much as. The Prophet always preferred praying longer. Further, it's mentioned in a Sahih hadith of Sunnah Abu Dawud, volume number 1, in the book of Salah, hadith number 873. The beloved Prophet, one of the Sahaba, says that when he used to pray, he started the Qiyaam Layl, and he, after Surah Fatiha, he read Surah Baqarah. Then he went in the ruku, in the bowing position. And when he was in the bowing position, he stayed there as long as he was standing before. Then he got up, he put his head straight, and he was in the standing position till as much time as he was in the bowing position. Then he goes to the sujood. And the Prophet was, but naturally says that he said, Subhana bin Nazim in the ruku, glory be to Allah. And then in the sujood, he says, Subhana bin Allah, glory be to Allah who is the highest. And he was in the sujood position as long as he was in the standing position. And in between the two sujood also, he was as long as he was in the sujood position. Saying that all these positions, Qiyaam, the ruku, the standing after ruku, the sujood, and the sitting between the two sujood, he used to take his own time and it used to be long. That means the Qiyaam Layl was very long. There's another hadith in Sahih Muslim, volume number 4, hadith number 6774, Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her. She says that the Prophet, while offering Qiyaam Layl, the night prayer, he used to stand for such long hours that his feet used to swell. So his wife, Hazrat Aisha radiallahu anha, may Allah be pleased with her, she says that all your past and the future sins have been forgiven. So why do you ask for forgiveness so much? Why do you pray for so long? So he said, shouldn't I be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So all the more reason he says you should be thankful. So the Prophet normally used to pray for long hours. So the longer you offer the Qiyaam Layl, the better it is.
Well, may Allah give us strength to utilize the night's prayer with length, like you've described the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to have done. Alhamdulillah. Dr. Zakir, is it better, according to Quran and Sunnah, to offer the Qiyaam al-Layl individually or in congregation?
There are hadith which say that a person can offer Qiyaam al-Layl individually, also in congregation. Both accepted, and all the references I gave, most of them the Prophet used to offer together, and I gave some references when the Sahaba used to join the Prophet, so both are there. But as far as which is better, but natural, there are various hadith in Sahih Bukhari saying that if you offer in congregation, you get 27 times more sawab. There was the two hadith saying that. And further, as far as the Qiyamul Layl in Ramadan is concerned, there's a hadith in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, in the book of Taraweeh, hadith number 2012, where once the Prophet, he goes to the mosque, and there he finds that people are offering in the groups. So he offers Salah, the Qiyamul Layl, at night, and many people joined behind him. Next day, the news spreads, and the next night, the full mosque is filled with people. The third night, again, when the Prophet comes to offer the Qiyamul Layl, the mosque is overflowing with people in the congregation, but natural. The fourth night, again, it is overfilled. But the Prophet, he knows people are waiting out, again, to join him for Qiyamul Layl. He does not go out purposely. And during Fajr, after offering the Fajr Salah, after the Salah is over, and he says that not that I was not aware that the people were waiting for me for the Qiyamul Layl, but I did not want to make it compulsory for you. I don't want people to think that it's compulsory to offer Qiyamul Layl, lest it would be difficult for you. So purposely Prophet gave a break to make it known to the people that it's not fard to offer Qiyamul Layl, and he didn't want to make it difficult for the people. But from the hadith you come to know that offering Jama'ah is better. And there's another hadith in Sunan Abu Dawud, volume number 1, in the book of Salah, hadith number 1370. One is the Prophet was offering Qiyamul Layl, and he finishes, and when he's about to get up, people say that why don't you pray more? So the Prophet says that anyone who prays till the Imam finishes, if he prays with the Imam till he finishes, it is as though he has prayed for the full night. So from these two hadiths we come to know that offering Qiyamul Layl in congregation is better than offering individually, irrespective whether it's in Ramadan or outside Ramadan.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. And actually there's another issue which has come up in my own research, and it relates to the fact that many people consider it a bid'ah to go into congregation and pray the Qiyaam al-Layl. And this started in the Khalifate of Umar radiallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with him. Could you comment on this?
People have a misconception that Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he was the one who started this congregation Salah, Qiyamul Layl during Ramadan. It's a misconception. But in fact, it is he who revived the Sunnah of the Prophet. As I mentioned earlier, in the hadith of Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, in the book of Taraweeh, hadith number 2012, that the Prophet was the person who offered Qiyamul Layl. People joined him in congregation and he allowed it. Then later on, next night, the whole mosque was filled. And third night, it was overflowing. And fourth night, didn't come out purposely. From this hadith, we come to know that it was the Prophet who started this, and Sunnah of the Prophet. But at the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, there were hardly any people who prayed that. Even in the starting of the caliphate of Hazrat Umar, it was the same thing, may Allah be pleased with him. It's further mentioned in the hadith of Sahih Bukhari, volume number 3, in the book of Taraweeh, hadith number 2010. The Sahaba says that he was walking along with Hazrat Umar, one of the mosques, may Allah be pleased with him, and he finds that people were praying individually, and some people were praying in a small group. So Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he gathered all the people and he said, let's make one Jama'ah. And he appointed Ubay ibn Ka'b, may Allah be pleased with him, to lead the Salah. And everyone prayed behind him. And later on, when he comes back after a few nights, he finds that people are praying in one congregation. And then he comments, it is preferable to pray when the people are sleeping than what they're praying now. Because, they prayed immediately after Isha Salah, as I mentioned earlier. So praying the Qiyamul Layl in Ramadan, what people call as Taraweeh, it's preferable to pray the last 1/3 of night. But if you pray early also, it's no problem. Now coming back to the question, when he said that it's an excellent bid'ah, people misunderstand the statement and they say, oh, that means the bid'ah can be good. Bid'ah is normally in the Sharia means an innovation in the religion. But here, Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he never used it as a bid'ah in the religion. There's nothing like bid'ah which is good. Because it's mentioned in the hadith of Sahih Muslim, volume number 1, hadith number 1885, that all innovations in the religion are wrong and they lead to error. And another hadith says that all innovations lead to hellfire. So all innovations are wrong. Now based on this hadith, when Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, said that it's an excellent bid'ah, so people normally say that bid'ah can be good and can be bad, good bid'ah is allowed. So what he really meant here was bid'ah in the linguistic term, not bid'ah in the religion. Because in linguistic term, bid'ah means something which is new. So at that time, people did not pray in one congregation. So he reminded them of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So it was going back to the sunnah of the Prophet, but for that time it was bid'ah linguistically, it was something new. So it doesn't mean that Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he innovated something in the religion. He took the people back to the sunnah of the Prophet. For example, if I go to a city where people are wearing the trousers below the ankle, and if I say that, wearing above the ankle is the sunnah of the Prophet. But it's a bid'ah for that time, because people, it's new for them. They don't know about it. So it's bid'ah for that time, but it's going back to the sunnah of the Prophet, wearing the trousers above the ankle. So people misunderstand the statement of Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, talking about new for that time and for that place and for the people. But actually, it's going back to the Prophet. So it is not what Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he innovated it. He told the people that this is what the Prophet did. And there are several such examples. Many Muslims, temporary marriage done by some groups of Muslims. The Prophet prohibited that. Hazrat Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, he knew about it. So during the 7th Hijri of Tabuk, he said it is wrong. So people think he imposed it. But he knew the Prophet said it was haram, the temporary marriage. It's called as muta. So just because he implemented the sunnah, which very few people knew at that time, and he was there when the Prophet said that muta, temporary marriage, is haram, people think that he brought it into the deen. It's going back the sunnah of the Prophet. Hope that clarifies.
Oh, Jazakallah khair, Dr. Zakir. Dr. Zakir, I would call upon you to resolve one of the most common disputes in the Muslim Ummah during the month of Ramadan regarding the number of rakat that are prayed in the Taraweeh or the Qiyaam Layl or the night prayer. Is it 8 or should it be 20?
Our beloved Prophet ﷺ said, it's mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 1, in the book of Salah, hadith number 472, he said that when a person asks that how should he offer the Qiyamul Layl, the Prophet said that he should offer Qiyamul Layl in 2 rakat, followed by 2 rakat, followed by 2 rakat, followed by 2 rakat, and so on. And when he fears that dawn is approaching, he should offer 1 rakat. So all the rakat become witr, become odd. That means you can pray as many as you wish. Later on, have one number, an odd number, so that everything becomes odd. So as far as the number of rakats are concerned, you can pray as many as you wish. But as far as the practice of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is concerned, just mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 2, in the book of Tahajjud, hadith number 1147, the Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, she says that the Prophet, while offering Qiyamul Layl in Ramadan, used to always offer 11 rakat, not more than 11 rakat. And this he used to do even in other months.
Well, dear brothers and sisters, inshallah, we'll meet soon after a short break.
It is Ramadan.